porn addiction and masturbation is free. No one pays to watch porn. No one pays to masturbate. It is literally free. There were days I quitted and I could quit just for 4 good hours. Only 4 hours of my life. No matter the quantity of food you eat today, tomorrow you're still gonna get hungry. I've watched porn and masturbated for 4 good years of my life. And I'm not talking about normal porn. I'm talking about intense level of porn addiction and masturbation. At a certain point in my life, I used to masturbate 6 times per day. You can imagine how intense that was. I couldn't quit porn and masturbation for 6 good hours. It was literally impossible unless I was asleep. That is to tell you, my mind was so corrupt, and I was still very young by then. I was about 18 years when I started engaging in the act, and I basically stopped engaging in the act at age 23. I'm 23 years of age, so I stopped this year, and I've been literally a month plus without engaging in the act. So, while meditating, the time I decided to quit porn, I went into a high level of meditation and I wrote down some things about porn addiction and masturbation through my meditations. The moment I was meditating, I was writing. So, I would like to share with you, if indeed you're willing to know and you're willing to learn, I really wish this message find the right audience. And if you are suffering from the act, I want you to know it can be quitted. Anything you force yourself to do, you can equally force yourself out of it. And these 10 things will really do help you a lot if you are trying to quit, because it literally gives you the foundation of what porn addiction and masturbation is all about. So basically, yeah, but the 10 things I wrote down while meditating. Number one, I said it comes from within. It is an internal power that grabs you strongly from within. It doesn't have to do with external things alone. If you're struggling to quit porn addiction and masturbation and you're attacking external things, it's going to be very difficult for you to quit. The thought is here, and it always starts from a thought. You might see a nude, you might see someone who is half naked, but if your mind is not corrupt, you won't engage the act. So start trying to build yourself internally before struggling to quit the external cues that masturbation brings. The second thing I wrote is it is a reward. You're rewarding yourself for being tired, you're rewarding yourself for being anxious, you're rewarding yourself for being stressed. So masturbation is not just engaging in the act, it is actually a reward system. If you want to quit porn addiction and masturbation, please do everything possible to control your internal circles, to control your internal feelings, because when you allow your feelings to get loose, porn addiction and masturbation is there to reward those loose feelings. The third thing I wrote is you can't really know why you still masturbate. Seriously, there were days I quitted and I could quit just for 4 good hours. Only 4 hours of my life. Quitting addiction only for 4 hours, and I see myself engaging in the act. Sometimes you can't really know why you still get back into the act. And I will apply this more to external causes, I should say spirituality, because it comes from within, and everything within a human system out of your body, because these things happen in your mind. It is not real, but it happens in your mind. It is mysterious. So it you can't really tell why you still engage in the act. I encourage you to be spiritual if you want to quit addiction. Be spiritual. Spirituality will control this aspect. The fourth thing I said is it is a sign. Because you're watching porn and masturbating, it is a sign you're growing maturely in the physical level and you're growing weaker in the spiritual level. So if you want to quit porn, understand these things. The reason why you're having these feelings is because your hormones are getting higher, and that is a sign of maturity. But because your mind is weak, it is a sign of prematurity. So because you're growing in the physical realm, you should equally grow in the spiritual realm to balance this up. The fifth thing I said is it is a law. It is a law of cause and effect. Once you start watching porn, it has a reward system, and that reward system will furtherly go to the cause and effect system, because the law is going to reward you positively. That is instant gratification, and it is going to work against you in future times. The sixth thing I said is porn addiction and masturbation is free. No one pays to watch porn. No one pays to masturbate. It is literally free, and that is why you are encouraged by your internal factors to keep engaging in the acts, because it is free. If it is free, you can get it anywhere and anyhow. There is something we are being taught while we were still in school, the paradox of value. That means water is literally everywhere and it is very important, but it has a very lower price. While gold is very scarce and it is not a necessity to human existence, but it is very, very costly. Why? Because once it is free, the price definitely falls. So you who is watching porn and masturbating for free, you see you're encouraging your mind and your brain to keep engaging in the act. So the seventh thing I said, it promotes other negative aspects. The moment you start watching porn and start masturbating, you will discover there are some other internal feelings that will get into your system. In other words, you might start lying, you might start stealing, you might start doing anything negative. But I want you to know, porn addiction and masturbation does not operate alone. It comes with its siblings, and those siblings are there to destroy your life. The eighth thing I said is it creates a defensive mechanism to defend itself. Let's be honest, we all condemn porn addiction and masturbation in public, but when we come into our private chambers, what do? We are still forced to engage in the act. So you discover it starts defending itself automatically. You discover you finding reasons why you should still watch porn. I'm tired, my girlfriend is disturbing, she's not that caring. I am better than other people. At least I only watch porn and masturbate. I've never stolen. I don't womanize. You find reasons to start engaging in the act because porn is literally reminding you, and masturbation is literally reminding you that it is an important necessity in your life. So this thing will start creating a defensive mechanism within you to defend itself. The ninth thing I said is it's never satisfied. It is like your stomach. If you eat today, bro, no matter the quantity of food you eat today, tomorrow you're still gonna get hungry and you're still going to want to eat. So that is the same way porn addiction and masturbation is. If you masturbate today, tomorrow you're still going to feel the same way. I used to masturbate sometimes 3 times in a night, and I will promise myself this is enough to satisfy me within a week or a month. But I'm still going to discover within one day I'm still literally trying to engage in the act. So it literally never satisfies. No matter how intense you do it, by the next day you're still going to try to do it. Finally, the last thing I wrote about porn addiction and masturbation, which is number 10, is it makes you worse than you were yesterday. Bro, if you're still engaging in the act, there is one thing I want you to know. Look at yourself 5 or 7 years ago when you were not yet in the act. How do you feel? Every new day becomes another day to regret. Every new day of your life becomes another day of pain, another day of sadness, because once you have realized that porn addiction or masturbation is bad, it literally disturbs you each time you engage in the act. I want you to know, since as you have engaged, you can equally decide to unengage. It is a choice, and anybody can quit this shit. I'm not saying my channel is going to be the one that is going to help you quit porn addiction and masturbation, but if you can learn from me or if you're genuinely in need, you're free to contact me and I can give you help. So please feel free to like this video, comment, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and equally share or just encourage the algorithm to push my video to other people. I'm very grateful standing before you to share my experience. I'm genuinely grateful and I say thank you for your time.